Hi everyone, welcome to Woburn, and I'm absolutely delighted today to have 7-time world snooker champion Stephen Hendry here.
Nice to be here.
Fantastic
nice to be here. Okay, sort me out.
We are going to talk short game today.
Yeah.
And we'll have a little chat about your golf. So if you can just tell me a little bit about the history of your golf in general, and then we'll get into what about, specifically about your short game.
I've always loved golf. Obviously, we played it traditionally in the summer because we used to have summers off. Nowadays, there's tournaments all through the year, so it'd be a bit more difficult. But yeah, kind of now, obviously, I'm retired. I'm playing so much golf. I mean, sometimes 8 days a week is what I say to people. Absolutely obsessed with it. But I can hit the ball okay. Putting's all right, but chipping is dreadful at the moment.
And you play at Sunningdale.
Play at Sunningdale,
so you get lots of questions asked around the greens there.
Yeah, absolutely. And lots of people that will tell you straight away what they think about your chipping.
Of course, and you have a million swing thoughts.
And sometimes before you play the shot, which is even worse.
That's nice enough, wasn't it? And handicap is?
It's at the moment it's 2.9, which plays 4 on the course of the whites. But I'm not that. I think if you take out every part of my game, I reckon I'm a 5 or 6 handicap.
Short game handicap?
Short game handicap's probably up around 16, 18.
Okay, all right. So work to do there then. So if we get that down, get down to true handicap. Well, let's try and put some real clarity into that.
Yeah,
it sounds
I'd love to have something that a basic thing that I can stick to.
Okay, and stay with it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with a fringe lie. Okay, nice fairway lie, just playing to that back pin. So you've got about 20 yards of green to work with. Right. Do you stick to the 56 there generally around the green?
Most of the time, yeah. As I say, if I played 3 or 4 bad ones early in the round, I'd change.
Okay. Okay, right.
I'd probably start with 56.
You start with 56. Yeah. All right, well, let's have a look. We'll go down to that back pin. Okay, half a dozen down there for me. It's a nice strike.
Right. I felt a bit thin, but obviously I'd be happy with that.
Yep, sure, have a few. Yeah, you've got decent hands there, haven't you? Feels not too bad. It's run on quite a lot there. Is that something you get?
I would love. I never get spin.
Okay.
I mean, you could see a tiny bit on the first bit, but I never get the ball to sort of stop its pace. I'd love to be able to do that, to have that sit, because, as you know, when greens start getting fast.
Some of the golf courses.
I mean, there you go.
That's the classic one. Shot. Yeah. And some of the courses you're playing, of course, you're going to need.
Well, gold medal day. The greens are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's, if you can't have any control.
Okay.
I had a little, but even then.
But it's come off like a rocket, really. For 56.
Yeah.
My A time will come off like that. So that's what you can improve. Right, stand this side.
Okay.
Right, there are some good bits there. I'm expecting you to have some decent feel. Obviously, I always talk about snooker players and golf should transfer quite well to golf because of the natural feel. Do you buy into that, by the way? Because you hear all the time, don't you?
I think definitely with the sort of short stroke, especially putting.
And putting,
I think a putting stroke is like a snooker cue action.
Yeah.
You just, it's sort of timing, and it's like make sure you don't decel.
Yeah.
When it gets to the full swings, it gets a bit different, but it's still timing at the end of the day.
Yeah, sure, exactly, yeah. So I think if we can put some good technique on top of this with your natural feel. We should get it pretty good. But the main issue is, we're going to start with the setup a little bit. You're not too bad in the setup position. You do have your face quite shut at address.
Okay.
So that's something we'll look at.
Right.
It's not like snooker where you're aiming down the line. Yeah. I would argue it's quite easy to aim.
I did have a problem at one stage with sort of shanking with chips. So I think I've consciously trying to close. I don't know. Most
subconsciously you might have done that.
Yeah.
But we're going to really just make sure we're aiming nice and square, because anything there obviously is going to make it come out a little bit left at times and hot. So that's the first thing. You've got a little bit too much weight on your right side as well.
Okay.
So you look a little bit like this.
Right.
With a little bit too much shaft lean this way. And that's a bit of a factor as well. And I've noticed your right hand is quite strong on the grip. I wouldn't have a problem with that for full swing, because you obviously deal with that.
Yeah.
You can match it up better. But for short game, when I see a strong right hand, I don't particularly like that, because it's going to tend to shut the face, which is your biggest problem.
Yeah.
So I know it's awkward changing grips, particularly if you're doing it with full swing, but with short game, it shouldn't feel too bad putting that right hand more on top. Okay. So I would do that as well, because the biggest issue you have in the backswing is the face that goes like this.
Right.
So it shuts down significantly.
Okay.
So what you're doing there, this 56 degrees you've got, if we had like a live loft ticker on it, it would go 56, 55, and be something like 42 at the top of the backswing for you. So you're really de-lofting it.
Right.
And as well as taking the loft off, you're also taking the bounce off.
Okay.
And we had a little chat before we started that you didn't really know what bounce was.
Yeah.
And I was sort of explaining really it's the angle between the back of the wedge and the front of the wedge there. But because you're going away and closing it, can you see how you're taking the back up in the air more? So you're shutting it?
Yeah.
You can chip that way, but you've got to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
You have zero margin for error the way you're chipping.
Well, that's my game. It's either nice contact or it's no contact at all. Yeah,
exactly. And even if you do, if I wanted to chip like you kind of strong right hand, a little bit shut the face down this way.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can chip, but see how quickly it comes off.
Yeah.
And how low and sort of chasey it becomes.
Yeah.
And you're a good player. You've got a good feel. You'll often be able to chip like that, but you've got to, when the greens get quick and you're downhill, you're going to have a big problem. So we have to get the club face working more this way.
Right.
As opposed to that way.
Okay.
Because what you've now learned to do, because your face has probably been shut for many years if you once you've been playing, what you've learned to do, because you're a decent sportsman, what you've done is then you come this way and you reverse it this way. So your hand path really drives down the line. It's your way of fixing the backswing.
Right.
So you're a little bit of a shut to open player. So you go shut, open, you see? And you sort of hold it off that way.
Right, okay.
And if you do anything enough, you become good at it, don't you? You can still get a contact.
Yeah. Well, I do hit all my irons quite far, but obviously because of that, it's slightly strong, slightly shut, so I'm probably de-lofting all my irons.
Yeah, exactly. And what you need to understand as well, that short game and long game are totally opposite games.
Yeah.
That's something that really would help you, because the concepts you're talking about, like closing the face this way and driving this way, that's like a good long game trait.
Right.
Because it gives you compression, it gives you distance and power, which sounds like you've got in your long game.
Right.
But in short game, you want the opposite. You want finesse and touch and feel, so you want very different look. So because your face goes shut this way, say you hold on this way. So what we're going to get you doing, we're going to get the face opening up a little bit more rotation. So it allows the club to actually release and swing through the ball. So you're just going to get so much more control on it. So if you look at the shot there, can you see how it's actually got some grip on it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's actually got some spin on the ball rather than that one that sort of comes out really strong. So we're all the products of our backswings, you see. So because you're there, you go this way, and we're going to get you this way, so the club can actually swing and release properly. Okay. And it should make a big difference, all right? Okay. Does that make a bit of sense?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you've set up to the ball. So I like the width of stance, that's good. We're just going to put the ball a little bit further forward, and we're just going to work on that. See, that is square. That probably feels a little bit open to you, but that is actually around about a foot right to hold, because there's a touch of right to left. That's the perfect aim. Does that feel open? Yeah. Okay.
And we'll keep my grip as it?
Yeah, I like that right hand to go more there. Yeah. Should never really see the left thumb in a good grip.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to be covering it on top more.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I think that's beautifully neutral now. I wouldn't change that in your full swing. Unless you wanted to, unless you hook it a little bit.
I've always thought about what I need to change, but then I've just.
That is beautiful.
Okay.
That is really neat and tidy. That's really much better. It's going to help the club work better in your swing. And I just want you then finally just to go a little bit more that way. So you want to feel like your chest bone here, your zip, is just in front of the ball.
Okay.
So that there is now a 10 out of 10 setup.
Okay.
So we've sorted the club face out, we've sorted the grip out, and we've got a little bit more forward, which is going to get your low point a bit more forward. Okay, so that's perfect.
Another thing I do, the longer I hold the club, I feel I'm getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
The final say your grip pressure, I'll notice that, yeah. Exactly. Now, try and do your normal grip pressure, what you would normally do, you think, on a golf course, okay? So just sort of set up. You about there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad. If we had a ranking between 0 and 10, 0 isn't holding it, 10's as tight as it gets.
Yeah.
You're about 6.
Yeah.
And I'd want you to be really about 4 for this shot.
Yeah.
So you're not too bad.
I always tell people when we play snooker, don't grip the grip. As soon as you start gripping the butt of the cue tight,
doesn't flow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's absolutely the same in golf. Now that's better. Does that feel lighter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can see now the club's wanting to swing a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the club's wanting to swing on its own weight a little bit more. Good. Right, so we've got 4 key points there in the address. Right, so this would be your old backswing. A lot of it's going to go now from simply the setup changes. Yeah. But you'll still have it there because you've done it for so long. Right, this would be your old backswing. Try and feel what the club face is doing and your left wrist.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you feel that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
so
like rolling on my left hand, isn't it?
It's turning down and the loft is turning down this way. So your way of fixing it is to go this way, reversing this way and hold that way.
Okay.
But can you see how that leading edge is always wanting to go down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's where you get that chunky sound, which is your biggest fear.
Right.
This would be the improvement. You start to swing more with the left shoulder, you have a little bit of rotation going back, and the face works more like that. Now, can you feel the difference in the wrist?
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's just staying the same. Yeah.
Yeah, there. That's it. Okay, so bad.
Yeah.
And then good. And if you can get that, you're going to be totally in business.
Okay.
Because you may initially still do your old follow through.
Yeah.
But I'll then teach you how to release the club properly, and then you're going to use more of the bounce.
Okay.
And then you'll start seeing some spin.
Right.
Okay. So let's just hit some shots. Don't worry too much about the target. Try and stay soft, and let's just get that top of the backswing. Just show me on your own where it should be. Yeah, better. A bit more there. Okay. And again. Much better. Yeah. Now, Stephen, what you've got to do, you've got to feel which muscles are doing that. Is it your shoulder? Can you feel it in your wrists? You've just got to get a feel so you can do that. And
yeah,
again,
I can feel it sort of under my hand. It feels it's trying to...
Like open a touch. Yeah, that's there. Perfect. I'll just take a photo of that so you've got some record of some of these when you go away and practice. So just stop at the top. Good. I'll do the old one. Yeah, in and that way, wasn't it? So if you just look at the difference here, look, that's where you were, and that's where you are now.
Right.
Okay, and that's going to be totally game changing for you.
Okay.
All right. So let's hit some shots then and see how the downswing works out from that better backswing. But just feel like opening up a little bit, going back. Okay, interesting. That's exactly what I would expect. That was really interesting. So what you've done there, right? You open the face better. It still wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And then you've done your old follow through.
Right. Okay.
Okay, which is fine. Okay.
It felt really slow. Was that really slow?
Yeah, that was nice. Good. That's it. Nice and relaxed. Shoulder there. Very good. Now, overswung, obviously too long in the backswing.
Yeah.
The better, it's coming off softer. So I don't care about the target right now. We'll put the target back in play in a bit. Just get your feet nice and narrow, don't get them too wide. Nice and narrow. One club head between the middle of your feet. Flared left foot out. Good. Good. So we notice we're getting a little bit more height now.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. Right. Right. How's that feel going back? You've done a decent job. You've improved that by about 50%. You could do more. Does it feel like you're exaggerating that?
Yeah. I mean, I got the feeling that it's I'm going to shank it. That's how
okay. Right.
That's
okay. Right. Well, you need to have
same
your own swing thought. That
same
might
with
be
bunker
yours.
shots. Everyone say, why you play bunker shots with a closed face? I said, because as soon as I go to that, I think I'm going to hit here.
Yeah. Okay. Right, we're good there. Right, so let's do that again. So the shoulder pushes, a little bit of rotation of the face. The elbow is much softer as well now, by the way. Whereas before it would kind of go that way.
Right.
So it's folded in there now. So that's perfect, right? You're still doing this now. You're really holding it off this way. That's why it's popping up a bit too high.
Okay.
So this would be the release now. Okay, here we go. So that's the new backswing. And this is the follow through. We swing down. The butter grip points at the left hip. This is what I call release 1.
Right.
You're a 0 at the moment.
Okay.
You don't release it. You hold on. Right?
Okay.
So it's there. We release. And as we release, the toe actually works that way.
Okay.
So you've always gone shut to open.
Yeah.
And what I want you to start feeling now is it opens and then it shuts a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? And this is what's going to give you the friction and the spin on the ball, but not let it pop up too high.
Right.
Feel that?
Okay.
Much better ball flight. Very good. Good.
Yeah, I mean that's...
Club face is definitely working that way now.
Right, okay.
That way instead of that way. Good, right, good. That was a better backswing. Now start to, while we're playing these shots, visualise a bit more where you want to land the ball. So I think that'll help with your speed.
Yeah, all I'm thinking is technique.
Exactly, that's which, but I think just because I want to start getting the ball coming off softer now, just this is your landing spot.
Okay.
Just visually, just look at your landing spot and we'll just do that while we're doing the technique. There, perfect.
Oh.
Very, okay. Held on a bit through the ball.
Yeah.
Backswing was better.
Yeah, I feel like after I've hit the ball, I'm like that. Yeah. After the ball's gone, I feel I'm like that.
Yeah, hang it on. I know it's tough. Let me just hit a few for you and show you. Look, so what you've got to do is you've got to feel that your grip pressure, like, stays the same throughout the shot, right? So I'm probably gripping it lighter. I'm probably more like a 2 or 3 in my grip pressure, but I maintain that throughout the swing, like it's still the same now as it is as it started. And I'm guessing when you're playing snooker, you want the same, do you?
Well, on impact, you obviously want to get the power. You've got to get a little
depends
bit
on the shot.
yeah. When at the strike,
yeah,
you're kind of, but it's not going to be.
It's not sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then that's everything goes wrong then.
One thing I think it will help you is if you take your thumbs off the grip a little bit and you just make some practice swings, and make sure that you're not squeezing the thumbs this way.
Yeah.
Because really, in terms of what part of the hand actually creates that bit of pressure for you, it will be the pads of the thumbs.
Yeah.
So I'd encourage you to hold it more in the fingers at the back. The thumbs are on the grip, but they're kind of just resting. And then what you'll find is it's going to help the club flow a lot better. So do some practice swings without the ball. Actually, just take the thumbs totally off and see if you can just feel what I mean. I think that's an important point you mentioned. Can you feel more the club head when you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do think you apply pressure with your thumb pads as you're coming down, which creates that hitting motion through it rather than a stroking, releasing action. That's good. Good. So let's hit one now. So put the thumbs back on, but just very, very gently have them on. Good. Better noise as well. Do you hear it?
Yeah, that was a nice. You can see the ball. You can see
to grab. You see these picks going a bit.
People are watching this thinking, "You 2.9? You having a laugh?" Look at them.
We've only just started. Just be careful in the backswing that you don't get too high up here either.
Yeah.
As you're making this move, this gentle open in the face, I still want the club face to stay low and kind of knee height. Right. I don't want up in the air too much for this shot, okay? So it's very much like you're swinging under the table like this, yeah? Keep it under the table, not up here, okay? Good. There we go. Nice. That's the best one you've done today.
Yeah.
That's starting to get some grip. I mean, it's so quick down there.
Yeah.
That's the best ball flight and spin you've had.
Yeah.
There's one thing we need to get into a little bit is you follow through and how you move through.
Well, this arm seems dead straight.
Yeah, exactly. So because it's always gone there, you've had to do that.
Yeah.
So now we're starting to get the hang of this. That's the main thing. You've got to stay on that because if we go there, we'll never get it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. But as it starts to release, this arm here wants to come more around the corner.
Yeah.
Like you actually want to feel like you turn onto the ball.
Right.
Which will really help your ball striking. I just need to be like totally secure that your face is there first because it's like a chain reaction like any sport. So we've got to get it there first and then from there it can release and turn onto it. Right. And yeah, you're absolutely right about the right arm. We don't want that to be straightening.
Yeah.
Like if you sort of gaffer taped me above my elbows round and round and you stuck my arms onto my chest, it would make no difference whatsoever to my short game because if you look at like Seve and Els, all these amazing short game players, when they're coming through, their arms are always like this.
Right.
They're not out here.
Yeah.
So if you can maybe just feel like you've got some glue and just stick those onto your, not tight, but just positionally.
Right.
In. Does that feel softer in there?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
And that's really what I'm doing. When I do this, when you set up there, I'll move you. When I do this, what I'm doing is I'm applying pressure in here to stop this getting away. Okay. Right. So that's good. So much more in there. That's a great shot. Yeah, that's better. And you're more around the corner, look.
Yeah.
Good. Wow, that's better. That's coming out a better flight now, and it's not coming off like a rocket. That's just, you've got to feel it. You've got to see the shot a bit more now, like where you're landing it, yeah? Right. You've got to paint a better picture. But because you've never really had consistency in what your ball's done, how it's come off, your brain hasn't subconsciously learned the feel.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm thinking is making contact with the ball.
Yeah, exactly. But when you technically get better, which you are now, it doesn't take long for the brain to understand, okay, it's coming up through that window every time now, at that speed, at that spin, I need to land it there.
Yeah.
But until your balls are coming off at the same speed,
well, that's it. It's different every time.
you can't feel it.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. That's how I want you to chip. See, it's like creeping to the hole.
Yeah.
That's just your feels better there.
Yeah.
We are starting to get the face now working much more this way. This way, see? In a nutshell, this is a difference, you see? Old,
Yeah.
new.
God, it feels so open as well. Is that not, that's square, is it?
Yeah, that's that you're aiming it. Well, let me take it. You stand behind it and just check it so you can see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's about
I mean,
a foot right.
I feel like it's over there.
Yeah, exactly. I think you've been there.
Right, yeah.
Good. Nice control, nice bit of spin.
It's in the hole.
And it could go in the hole.
No.
But it's rolling like a putt at the end.
Yeah, that's the
You
thing.
don't want
Isn't
to
it?
go like a steam train in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great basics. You're world class over the ball now. That's good. Open it up. Much better. So what you did on those last two shots, did you get more into about trying to see the shot and trying to hold the shot? Like a little bit more into...
Well, no, I'm still just concentrating on this bit.
Yeah.
And then trying to, yeah.
But technically that's feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, I understand completely what's going on, yeah.
Yeah, good. Good. Let's pick those up and then we'll do a few from a different section of the green there, yeah. We've gone to 52 now because we're going up the hill a bit more, but we're going to do exactly the same shot, exactly the same technique. I can see why you've always favoured more loft over the years because you've shut it down a lot.
Right, okay.
But I want you to start being able to use 52s and 9-irons a little bit more, which we'll start being able to do that now. It's coming off a little bit softer, okay? The main thing here is just this nice gentle opening of the face as you rotate back there, okay? And then closing it this way, keeping the connection here. That's much better. 2 bounces a check and then just softly runs to the hole. Go in. There we go.
I mean, it's a bit thin, but I mean, it's better than, it's much, you'd have that every day over.
It's just so much safer than that old one where that leading edge was coming in really strong.
Yeah. I hit one the other day, the ball literally went a ball's width.
Yeah.
I mean, you tried to do that, you wouldn't be able to do it.
No. Okay, yeah, a little bit brisk. But just so you're absolutely totally clear on that, why you sometimes get that really, sort of bad one there. Obviously, when that's closing down, you say you're taking all that bounce off, and because you sometimes do set quite a lot here, it's just going to tend to get, that's what happens, and you just get that little curly divot.
Yeah.
Do you recognise that sort of divot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me feel a bit unwell, that sort of divot, when I see those, because that just means that club's getting stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
All we're trying to do here is giving you so much more margin for error that you can hit the ground still. And I think it's important you understand I am asking you to bruise the ground and hit the ground. But I hit that 3 inches behind the ball and I've still got half a result.
Yeah.
So what I'm just trying to give you is this massive margin for error that you can hit behind it. But that was 4 inches behind the ball and it's still okay.
Right.
Yeah? So we're not looking for perfection here. What we're trying to do is get a much bigger margin for error that will just really relax your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not worried about strike anymore. Let's just continue to do what we've done. Fantastic. Was that thumb pressure?
Yeah, I'm literally almost.
Lighter. Hardly holding it, yeah?
Yeah.
Good shot.
I did try, the thumb was my problem at the end of my snooker career. I tried to, even one tournament I tried to play without my thumb on the bottom.
Interesting.
Because it was
what
like,
were you doing?
because it was the same thing, I was grabbing it.
Yeah.
And because at the end of my career, I mean, I had the yips. I couldn't go through.
Yeah.
And I presume it's the same kind of principle. You just, because you're grabbing on, it just can't.
Yeah, I mean, I've taught lots of people who have anxiety and yips with chipping, and it's just, I always think it's this here, it's this area here that creates it in transition.
Well, in snooker, it's this hand.
Yeah,
it's the hand that just destroys you.
So I think if you can really get awareness of this, it'll really help your short game. Okay, here, yeah.
Nope. That was still like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that a cricket shot?
Yeah, that's right. But remember, that's just from years ago in shot. That's how you had to do it. Whereas now, you see, you're going this way, right? You go this way, round the corner. So open it up going back, and then release it. That's so good. So you come round the corner, the face is turned over on that one.
It's in.
Go on. Oh, we've had a chip in. There we go. First of many. That'll be good. 'Cause your club face definitely worked over this way. Had that little bit of a draw look about it, okay? But yeah, you went this way around the corner. Yeah, beautiful.
Not two in a row.
You've not got two in a row, have you? Oh, okay.
But it's almost like my belly
exactly
pointing that way.
Yeah, you were very linear before, so very much here, here. I'm exaggerating, but you see? Yeah. Now it's much more here, slightly in, allow it to open, close it and come round. Okay, so it's much more rotation in there.
Right.
Yeah, really good. That's better. That's so good.
That's in as well.
Held your head up. Oh, good shot, good noise. Yeah.
People are screaming at the screen now. Sportsman.
yeah. I'll tell you what, it's probably the most skillful of sports, though. I mean, crikey.
Well, I think I'm biased. Obviously, I think so. But I mean, it's a whole whole can of worm. But then you look at what you're doing.
Yeah. When you were playing at the very top, did you have any? Do you call it swing thoughts or cue thoughts?
No, nothing.
No, so what you had you painted a picture of the shot in your mind?
Yeah. I just say I'm going to pot that red. I'm going to get position on the black.
Yeah. So you see where you want to start and where it wants to end, and you've got a picture of how many shots ahead you want to go.
Me up at the end, all I was thinking about was technique.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you can think about.
Yeah, good shot. So just so we're clear on this, you have to think about your technique for a while now to get it to a good spot. But I think too many people live in technical mode.
Yeah.
Like already you're starting to get more proficient, and you've got to allow the mind then to move from the internal mindset to the external. So when you play snooker, it was all about external. What do I need my ball to do?
Yeah.
And you need that in golf as well. But you've got to get your technical skills up as well to allow you to do it. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
That was the lightest I've held my hands all the way through.
Fantastic. And you can see the ball was dancing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. A couple more and then we'll get you more short-sided. Now you're showing me you can do it. Grip pressure looks so much softer. Right hand's great. Open it up, close it off coming down, rotate. Good. A little bit brisk. Good. We'll take that.
Spin doesn't come from hitting it faster then, does it?
No,
it just comes from the contact.
You can get that sort of, there's different ways of getting the spin. You can hit that low grip, you know when it fires in, big first bounce, spins late.
Yes.
You need a bit of speed for that one.
Yeah.
But just to get that nice bit of check a couple of times before it runs out, it's really about purity of strike, light grip. Yeah, I'm just getting those factors right at impact, which you're doing now. So that's nice. That's nice. That's good. Do a shorter one now as well, where we're going more to, say, that pin there. So visually, just trying to again get external on this for a minute. You want to think, this is your landing spot now.
Right.
It's going to break a little bit right to left. A couple of checks and let it feed down. Whoa, too much spin now. That's a good problem to have. Nice shot, that's pure. That's my favourite shot of the day so far. That
was nice.
I like the fact as well, you didn't know you did that, but you actually finished like this. Just, yeah, it shows you got a little bit of...
the flare came out, the flare came out. No, I did. I felt good from start to finish, probably the first one.
You see that biting better?
Yeah. So why does it feel good when it's a shorter one than the longer one? Is it just some...
I think it's just visually, I think you just, because it's a short shot, it's forcing you just to see the shot better and play it softer. If we went back to a longer one in a minute, I think you'll find they'll be better now, better result of doing this. When you are practicing, it's important to vary the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mix it up now. Go one to the long, one to the short. A little bit up in the air, a little bit short.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
look, here, you feel it now? There.
Yeah, it's
right? Lower and open. Very good. Played it beautifully.
Oh, almost potted it.
Played it beautifully, yeah. Enough. Great touch. Yeah, nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yeah. And I don't want you to discount using clubs like an I9. We've got an I9 here.
Yeah.
Let's imagine there's a really long green, pins at the back, there's a bit of a double tier or the tier in the green, you've got to get it up the top shelf. So if you're going right to the very back pin now, an I9 really about a 1/3 carry, 2/3 roll. So assuming a proper strike.
Yeah.
So you want to be landing this just over this mound.
Right.
It's going to run up there, come off the right a little bit, but we'll have a lot more ball speed on this. But I want you to apply almost the same club head speed and length of swing that you did for this pin.
Okay.
But the ball speed is going to be increased because of the loft we're using.
Okay. And it's exactly
the same technique, exactly the same setup and swing, opening it up, drawing it through the bottom, keeping it low. Rotate. Good shot. Really good shot. And you see, if you were going to that pin, that's like totally the right club because you don't want spin on this shot.
Yeah.
You take that.
I would take that.
Do you tend to go up and down the bag much when you chip?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, because I tend to think that, but if I take this out, I'm just going to hit it miles past.
And you would do if you're old.
And obviously these irons are like
clubbers.
Strong. You know what I mean? If it comes out the middle, it's just going 50 yards.
Exactly. But I think if you play it like that, because you didn't hit that, you stroked that.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like a tick.
So as you said, I'm playing the old way, coming with shut face and everything.
He's
going to catch out the middle. It's going to just.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing that with finesse now. That's not too quick. That's not coming off way too hot. Much softer. So don't discount this. I'd love for you to be able to do this with every club in the bag.
Yeah.
And people ask me, what club should I use? The answer is it all depends.
Yeah.
It all depends. There is no answer. Good shot. Great shot. So it's going to get up the hill, so it's not got too much check. Now it's braking. Now it's tracking. Very good. Very good. So we're getting a few options now.
Yeah.
So this is all chip and run, release one. So you release it to the left hip. It's not going this way anymore.
Yeah.
So you were previously that way. Now you're going this way, releasing it here. Okay, so the club is using a little bit more of the sole of the club there with the bounce. And the face
so
is turning over.
if it's a bad shot, I mean, what is it? 90% of the reason is coming back. Shot.
Yeah, exactly, because you're going like that.
Right.
Which gets you doing that. Right. Or then you start lifting up and then thinning it as a result of that.
Yeah.
To get it much safer, we've got to get it opening and getting it lower here. And then it can brush better.
So low, so it's like
low and open the toe. If you want to keep it really simple, you go low and open the toe.
Yeah.
Obviously the setup basics have got to be there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, should we hit some higher shots now?
Yeah.
Which I think will be better than what we've done anyway. Right, we're in a bit of a run-off area now, so we've got a lot less green to work with. So I'm guessing the way you have been playing it with the ball coming off quite hot, this hasn't been a shot you particularly enjoyed.
No, I mean, this is a, I was going to say 1 or 2 out of 10. It's probably 1 or 2 out of 20 that you get right.
Yeah. And you grabbed a 60?
60, try and play it like a bunker shot, try and go way outside and try and make sure you're coming with speed.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's no speed, you don't get, you thin it and it's...
Yeah, okay. The lies are fairly tight,
yeah,
but they're not too bad in terms of, there's a bit of grass around there. So yeah, let's have a look at you playing it the way you currently would do it.
Oh God.
I'll watch 2, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that can happen, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, one more. Yeah, that sort of thing. Just work across it. You can see how far left that's gone. I mean, great shot there. Great result, I should say.
Yeah.
It's got across there. Okay, so what you're doing, you've gone straight from the chip and run shot we've done there, and you've gone straight to kind of lob shot territory. I'm guessing you're thinking like longer swing. I can commit to it a little bit more, open it up, and you played a nice shot there. It's just how many times out of 10 that will work.
Well, it's
trying to hit that high lob shot.
Yeah,
it's a tough shot to do consistently. So we don't need to get quite that amount of height to get control here. So we're going to make this a lot simpler. We're going to get you swinging not dissimilar to what we've just done. I really want you to feel like you're rotating in here more. And it is really important you get the club face into that toe up position for this shot, because we need to protect the loft and bounce. I'll let you stick with a 60 for now, but I think what we'll find when we get this in good shape, we may go to 56.
Okay.
Because to get the spin, you can get the ball to stop from land angle, which you've been doing, or you can get it to stop by spin. You're not spinning it, you're just getting it to stop from land angle at the moment. So we're going to get it much more round here, get the toe into the toe up position, and we're going to let the club release a lot more than you probably ever have. So the improved grip pressure should help here for you. So the thumbs aren't really going to squeeze the handle. And you see how that's like a mid-flight, and it stopped quickly. Okay, it's not really running on too much there. Green's firm, but that was just all to do with just mid-flight. It wasn't up my left nostril. Didn't need to go really high. It's mid-flight, high spin, and that's what we want to get. And that was with 56, you see. So does that make sense? You're kind of going from low to super high, and we're missing that middle window. So you get set up to the ball there. So we're going to go a little bit wider with the feet for this shot. And we're going to have the face square. We're not going to open it at all. Just
we're not going to open it.
No, we don't need to. That's absolutely great there. Okay, good. A little bit further away from the ball here for this shot, because I want the wrist to sit down a little bit lower. And when the wrists sit lower, they're going to hinge a bit more. Okay. For free. It just happens, right? I want you to feel the same backswing. I don't want, because we've done some good work there. I don't want to sort of change it too much. I want to feel like you're going to go wider and really feel that's where I want the club to be. Can you see that? So you're going wide. You can see the club's in a toe up position. Now you may end up going a little bit further, that's fine. But I really want you to concentrate on this. You've always been there. That's why you've used a 60, and then you've tried to hold it off or cut across it. So it's there. Now, from here, the lighter grip pressure here, the club head's got to swing more and release more this way. So this would be what I call a release 2. So just after impact, the butt of the grip's now back at the zip there, okay? Rather than this way, holding it off, okay? But don't worry about that. All I want you to worry about here is getting the club into a toe-up position and keeping some softness in the hands, and keep your chest turning towards the flag through the ball. So toe up, light gripped, turn to the target. Okay, still a little bit in the lob shot family, but much lighter. And you see how maybe you start thinking, maybe it's not the 60. You see? I'll let it hit a few more so you kind of realise that yourself. Generally, the 60 I think is overused. I think a 60 on the back should say emergency use only on it, right? I wouldn't say this is quite an emergency. There we go. Nice and relaxed. I mean, that's better. I mean, how's that feel?
I mean, for so little effort, it's got so much height, and
it stopped lovely and quick.
But before, I'm like trying to get this.
You were just trying to
cut the backside of
right
it
into the clouds. Right, let's. That's just 52, isn't it? There we go. Right, let's go 56. Right, same thing. I want that mid-window flight. Okay. I think you'll notice a bit more spin when you get.
So when you want more height, it's further away from the ball and slightly wider stance.
Because it's wider stance, but also it's about wrist angles. What you need to understand here, really simple little thing you'll always remember: if you want to hit the ball lower, you get your wrist higher,
right?
Because that discourages wrist action.
Okay.
If you want to hit the ball low, like if we're going to bunker later, I'm going to get you down here,
right?
Really low here,
okay,
and that encourages more wrists.
Okay.
For this shot, we don't want loads of wrist, but we want some, so we're going to go a little bit of an angle there. Okay. Right, that's a much more sensible ball flight. And that's the 56 stopping as quick as the 60 was before. That was good. I still think you can get a little bit less wrist hinge going back, a little bit more width and keep it shorter. But that was far more sensible and far more repetitive, okay? Yeah, good. They're nice shots. Look at that, landing like a bag of sugar.
I mean, that felt like slow motion.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I want it to feel like. It's good. Still going a little high for me though. I think we can just get it a little bit lower. To do that, just keep the wrist out the backswing a touch more. Go wider, less wrist hinge. Yeah, that's the flight. You see that?
Yeah.
Now that's the sort of shot you can do 8, 9, 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But that big cut across shot, like you say, it's a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, when you're thinking it's just a fucking ridiculous shot.
Yeah. So wide, no wrist, slow and wide. Yes. Fantastic. Played that absolutely beautifully. Beautifully.
Wow.
Yeah, great ball flight. So you don't need to hit it into the heavens, right?
Yeah, and I can actually feel this now.
Fantastic.
I can feel it.
Because you were asking, you didn't know what bounce was at the beginning, but now you're actually feeling the...
Still don't know what it is, but I can feel it.
So hopefully now you're feeling basically more the middle or back of the bounce now he's hitting the turf. As a practice drill, by the way, just go over there. And just, if you can hit the ground without making much of a divot, that means you're using the bounce properly. That means you're sliding the club. There, perfect. So I think if I'd have asked you that an hour ago, we'd have seen a divot like that. You see?
Yeah.
So now you're understanding how the bounce is sliding properly. Very, very good. Great shot. Great shot. Great shot.
That's the best
So
one.
good. Do you feel happy with 56 now?
Yeah.
And would you use 56?
Yeah, oh my God,
I wasn't standing
absolutely.
next to you,
yeah, emergency only.
Yeah, there you go. You'll remember that. You might have some emergencies at Pine Valley.
Yeah, I've heard of some scary shots.
Beautifully played. Beautifully played.
Oh, nice bounce.
That was so good. Yeah, so your release twos I'm really happy with. And I'd be practicing a lot of these because I think the more you practice this, I think you'll actually get better at the first shot we've done.
Right, okay.
Because this is like really breaking the back of the old one for you.
Yeah, the back's, keeping open.
There you go. Good. So in terms of snooker and golf then, do you feel, obviously they're very similar sports in the fact they're stationary balls.
Yeah.
And the focus side of it has got to be very similar because you get big gaps between shots. So
Yeah. I mean, what I would say in golf is you've got a lot of time with your thoughts, which I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
In snooker, it's the same when your opponent's at the table.
Yeah, because you could be sat in the chair.
If you've missed on 50 odd, an easy shot,
Yeah.
and you're watching him clear up, it's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're taking that, you've got to get rid of it before the next frame. And I suppose in golf, you play a bad shot, you've got to get rid of that before you play the next shot.
So when your opponent is in and they're looking good and like they're going to clear up, have you got to stay focused to see where the balls are, or do you kind of switch off a little bit?
If I was in my prime, I'd be like watching it and trying to see possible where they were going to get stuck, where they might possibly get out of position.
Yeah.
And if you were really, it's incredible. If you were really focused and really in the zone playing, you could. They would almost not all the time, but do it when you think they're going to do it. It's unbelievable. It's weird. Okay. You could say, right, that's where he's going to have his problem, and that's where there's that. Yeah. But that didn't happen often. That's only when you're really in the zone. Yeah. You can
World Championships.
You can actually like impose your like. Yeah. Almost. I mean, I don't know whether that's. I'm not deep into psychology, but
is that what happened when Jimmy White missed that pink?
The black of a spot. The black of a spot.
Yeah.
No, I'd resign myself to defeat then.
Did you? Yeah. That was the final that I remember watching it at my golf club, and it was snooker back in the 80s and 90s.
You were supporting Jimmy, weren't you? Go on, admit it.
I think most were. I remember everyone was like, it was packed in there, everyone watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'd resigned myself to losing. I'd looked up at my mate in the balcony and that's and then he twitched to black. Yeah. And I think it's the quickest I've ever moved out of my chair. Yeah. But it's the between the ears. I remember Tiger once said you can't play top sport with chaos in your head, in between your ears. So.
There you go. That's so good.
Yeah.
You just softened up there.
Yeah, I mean, I literally had no thumb on the club whatsoever there.
And if I could say to you, if you just forget everything I've told you today, you just remember one thing, it'd be that.
Yeah.
If you can just do that.
Yeah, it's like just so slack. Yeah, when I tell people snooker, I say, how hard do you grip the cue? I said, well, grip it just hard enough so it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I do. It's good for golf that as well. So you let it fall, hold it now so it just isn't falling.
It's exactly the same.
And slowly let it come to the ground. That's your grip pressure. Yeah, really good. I can just tell you just so much softer and it's just flowing a lot more. So these days, your YouTube channel is flying, isn't it? I mean, you look like you're having a lot of fun on there.
It is. It started off on Instagram. My agent looks after Nick Doherty, and he obviously does tea time tips.
Yeah.
So we started on Instagram doing Q tips.
Yeah.
Where every second month we would get people to write in shots they wanted played or demonstrated or shot recreations, and it sort of got really popular. And obviously the next step, obviously in terms of monetization as well, but to do it like in Instagram, it's just with a phone, as you know. So at YouTube, it's like proper cameras, proper editing. It's a really professional looking thing. And to be honest, I'm enjoying it. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be the success without the help of the players.
Yeah, of course.
They've been great.
There, don't you?
Yeah, it's they've given up their time. And I go to them. I mean, I don't expect them to travel. You know, I go to where they play and stuff. And everyone's been on board. There's one or two that I've still to do. Jimmy said no, which was annoying because he was my hero.
You could keep track, was he?
Yeah, he said when I first did it, I said, Jimmy, he was one of the first person I said, Jimmy, you got to come on the show. And he's like, yeah, no
come on, Jimmy.
No, I was like, yeah, God, no problem. And like for months, like, and then I said, finally pinned him down a date, and he went, I'm just going to say good luck, but no. I was like, I was on the phone like, as I say, he was my hero growing up, and like I just wanted to, have him on the show, talk about his career.
So much flair, he was a super player.
But apart from that, I mean, it's like, listen, Jimmy's still my mate. I get on great with him, but Jimmy's Jimmy.
Yeah.
But
it's opened up a whole new audience for you, hasn't it, as well? Because I was speaking to, a few guys who are younger than that. I mean, I remember you playing in the prime. I mean, snooker back in the day was so big. It was so big. I think TV was different back then, wasn't it? It was like, I think that was one of the reasons.
There was only 4 channels. When the 85 final with 18 million people, there was only, at that time of night, there's probably only 2 channels on.
Exactly. So you kind of had to watch
but I mean, it's still, you've got to sit at 1 o'clock in the morning and get people's attention and imagination, and
it was huge. And everyone knew all the players, it was great then.
Yeah.
But you've now gone to a totally new audience where actually there's lots of younger people watching. You probably don't realise you were as good as you were.
I know. Some comments are really funny, like who's this Stephen Hendry guy is really, I really enjoy watching him. Like and like another one like, I used to hate Stephen in the 90s. What a nice guy he is now, and like he's doing this stuff and that. So it's really funny reading the comments actually. But it's good. Obviously you're always thinking of new things to do. You can't keep doing the same thing because you got to keep people's attention. But we've got 1 or 2 plans to do different things in the future. But it's because I don't play in it. I don't practice anymore. I play the odd exhibition. I had a wild card for a couple of years, but it was a waste of time because if you don't practice, you're not going to do anything.
No, exactly the same in any sport. Yeah.
And my head, I know all the shots, and your head's saying you try, but your body's not playing them.
Do you ever have days where you just practice on your own, maybe just have a knockabout before you're filming, and you just feel great, and you're knocking everything, and you think maybe I should go back and have a go?
Honestly, sometimes that was one of the reasons I took on a wild card, because at the odd time for it, I would just go into the club where my table is, because it's shut during the day, and play for an hour, and like not miss a ball, and not have the sort of technical problems. Like I had the kind of yips when I ended my career. My technique was shot. I was using half a dozen cue actions a tournament. But just on my own, no one watching that, I would just feel this feels great. Yeah. Well, maybe I can do it.
Yeah. It's different when you're in that arena, though, isn't it? Yeah.
But, no, I'll always love the game. Yeah. And what I do miss is the sort of atmospheres in finals.
Yeah.
When you're there with a microphone for BBC at the Crucible before the final, you can just feel the buzz. And to be one of the players walking down, that's you never. I don't think you'll ever stop missing that.
There we go. Look at the spin there. So that was almost the lowest one, but it had the highest spin. Yeah. Just to get across very differently. That first shot you hit, where you went above the trees. Yeah. That has stopped much quicker. Yeah. But the ball flight was probably 3 times lower. Yeah. So that's a big lesson there. Right. Do you want to work on some different lies now?
Yeah. And then we're going to do bunker.
We'll do bunker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we're in the rough now, and you're saying you struggle a little bit from these lies where they sit down a bit.
Yeah.
And you kind of short-sighted.
Yeah, because I feel you have got to put speed to get it out, and then too much speed, and it's
and you're only trying to hit this 5 yards probably through the air. So this sort of lie where there's a bit of cushion behind it,
right?
That sort of thing there. Okay. Right. So we'll go for the pin here. You've hit a lovely shot, just run through the green. This is the sort of shot you get. Let's just say you play one shot. What would you think or consider or play to do this? Would you have anything in your mind?
I mean, to be fair, there'd be so much panic going on between the ears here with this, especially a short pin. I'd probably have 3 or 4 different shots in my mind, and then pick one that was the least fraught with danger. I don't know. I'd probably hit 60 and try and play it like kind of like a bunker shot. Maybe.
Okay. No, there's merit to that. There's merit to that. Let's have a look.
I mean, yeah. I'm going to try and use a lighter grip penny, but yeah. So yeah, I either do that or you catch it a little bit cleaner and go.
Yeah, that's the problem with coming way across it.
Yeah.
Because you're working so much energy across that the ball actually works across, which happened there.
Right.
And it almost came off too weak.
Right.
So let's do it this way. Let's use the 60. I'm happy with the 60 when you get lies like this and you've got a really tight pin. But what we'll do is we'll let the stance dictate most of it. So we're going to go much wider than you are for this shot. And I always teach you over there to be really narrow. And if we had a lie where it was sort of sitting up on top like that, like that, not a problem. We would just do your regular chip, okay, absolutely fine. Right. When it starts to sit down, we can't do that because of the cushion behind it. We need to come down a little bit steeper.
Okay.
The easiest way to get steeper here is to get wider. Okay. So if you go kind of shoulder width here, open the face a little bit, grip it tight here. This is the only shot you'll grip it a little bit tighter with this part of the hand. Okay. And that just helps you hold the loft. But we're going to stand a little bit squarer than you were, and I want you to feel like you're going to, from this setup, by leaning left, it will make you pick the club up a little bit more. Right. And that makes you come down a bit more, and that'll just pop it out a little bit more, right? So really, setup is 99% of the shot. Right. The swing just happens because of the setup. Okay. So lean left, ball in the middle.
That.
Yeah. Open the face a touch, down the grip, handle leading, weight left. Most of the work is now done. Okay. From here, it's natural you're going to go there, isn't it? Yeah. Right? And it's natural you're going to come down. You're going to miss most of that grass behind it. A bit more energy. The golden rule when it's sitting down is you mustn't try and hit the ball first. You've got to hit behind it, about a solve width, and you're going to come down and hold it there. The follow through is just going there. Okay. Right, you just literally put it there. Release one. Okay, but the loft stays on.
And slightly tighter on my left hand, you say?
There, because otherwise it's going to want to do that a bit. Okay. Yeah. Right, good effort. Very good. A little bit too much backswing, but that was the right idea. Popped out fine, didn't it? Okay, and again, so
came out nice.
Tricky lie. There. Really, you'd be going about there. Okay, not right up there. Okay, just there. That's very, very good. I gave you a shocker of a lie there. That was fantastic.
I think we should stop there. I think I peaked.
That is as good. We're not going to get any better than that. So, can you feel what I mean about the setup dictating the shot?
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost automatic, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not like you're trying to stop at the ball. It's not like you're trying to just do that. Yeah. It's the fact that the impact will make you go there. Your intention is still to try and move through it. Yeah. It's the impact will stall it. Okay. And that's why I want you to feel like you're holding the loft on. There. Yeah. That's the key point. So you still finish really short with the club head. Yeah. But you've just moved a bit more here. Yeah. Like you were just looking at times a bit. Yeah. You were just kind of throwing your arms down. Yeah. Very, very good. That's the key point there, isn't it? Just keep your chest moving. Yeah. And that came off a bit of spin as well.
I was like, so soft.
Yeah. Good shot. Yeah, nice shot. Yeah, so that's how you deal with it. Now, if you get one that's sitting up on top, like that, it's not 60.
You just go back to the first shot.
Yeah, back to the first one. Yeah. Just do it 56 there, okay, and play a little standard first shot, first release. Oh, that backswing was so much better. I was just watching the club face there, and it definitely went like that. Right. I was just checking because we haven't done it for a while. It didn't go back to the old one, so that was really good news. I like that when we do a skill an hour ago and then we have a break and you just did it correctly there. That was really good. So the lie read is key here. That lie, not a problem, okay? You don't need to get too steep into it. You just nip it off the top there. Good. Just play a little shot. Coming up relatively softly as well. Good. All right, we clear?
Yeah.
Good. Right, time to get in the bunker.
Okay.
We do get it. Right, we're in the bunker and we've got about 12, 15 yards. So again, I'll watch it a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, quite nice.
I mean, that's about as good as I would have a bunker shot.
It's quite nice. Sort of bit sort of right and drifty, wasn't it?
There's no control over the ball or anything.
No,
but
one more.
I mean, I don't know.
What was it, about 6, 8 feet?
Yeah. Oh, see, that's the one.
And that's the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So you have got a bit of a problem with the swing path going left too much, and you do get this
still
perennial fault where you get it a bit short there, which is a killer out the sand in particular.
Yes.
Because we really need more bounce and to be using more of this part of the bounce now to hit the sand. Okay, not the front. So we are going to get you a lot more dynamic over the ball in your setup. You're too near the ball and you're too 50-50.
Right.
So when you're in the bunker, you've got to try and get a lot more stability there with the lower body. So I want you to get wider, really get the left foot turned out at 45 degrees now. Then you'll be able to push the knee forward, push the pelvis forward, and you'll be able to get lower. I think if we can just get you looking more like this, I know you're a bit scared of opening the face, but we're going to do that. And we may go to 56. I know you're using 60 down. I'm going to see how we get on. But I want you to look more like this. So I'm going to put some footprints in here, and that's where I want the club face to be, just so you can get a feel for distance from the ball. So if you basically stand exactly in my footprints, it will give you a feel. It should feel miles away. How's that? What's the difference there?
I feel miles away from the ball.
Yeah, okay. So to get to the ball, what have you got to do, do you think? To get to be able to reach it, what can you do with your knees? Yeah, that's it, perfect. So you sit into your knees more, and you want your pelvis to move this way, and then your upper body for this sand, because there's a nice amount of sand there, we can slightly tip the right shoulder back this way, and that keeps it shallower. Right. What we're looking for is a divot depth to be consistent when the sand's like this, in terms of depth. We don't want it getting deeper. If you lean into it too much, you can get you steeper into it. So that looks very professional. That is perfect. It looks great. Keep the face more that way. Okay. Right. When we lower the handle, I know it looks like that club is open, but the grooves look like they're to the right, but the actual loft of the face is actually pointing at the flag. Okay. So if we put a magnetic rod on that face, that will point straight at the flag. Okay. So the grooves make it look open. Yeah. But the more you lower the handle, the loft starts looking left, you see. Okay. So that's why we have to open the grooves. Okay. So I call it opening the grooves and opening the face. Okay. Yeah? Okay. Very good. Right. So let's just hit one from there. Don't worry about what happens. Let's just hit one from that setup. Okay, fine.
That was that was all arms, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. We're going to get you rotating a lot more. Right, watch me hit one.
I was in that position for a while. My back was starting to go.
Right, he's got all the excuses, hasn't he? Right, okay, so look, watch me turn through it. This is what I want you to do. So you're very much quite linear this way. Now just see how my chest, you see how I'm opening up? Yeah. So really coming around the corner. Right. I call it putting it in the holster. Right. So as you're swinging from the inside here, you're swinging from in here. As you strike it, you need to keep moving a lot more through it.
Still like the sort of the principles of the chip sort of
thing,
almost like.
But this is like times 10. Okay, we're really opening up through the ball. So as you're watching the ball go through the air, I still want you turning. Right. That's great. Well done. Really good. Right, take a backswing. Turn the torso a little bit. Good. If we can get this wrist there, that would be a total game changer out of the sand. Okay. So we don't want that wrist going that way. It has to go that way. Look at the club face. Yeah. See how it changes? Yeah. Yeah? So you need to get a feeling of, and there's a number of ways you can feel this, but you feel like your knuckles twisting. Okay. You feel that, but you do it with a turn. Or you can think about the sort of watch face going more that way. Yeah. But you work out your own feel, but you've got to feel like the face is more this way with a turn. And then as you're coming down, as you come down this way, you release this way and you round the corner. I want you to finish like that.
Okay.
That's where you should finish. Now you can see how you've got the cup here still?
Yeah.
And the loft is looking back at you.
Okay.
And that's going to get this bit engaged. Something you've never done before, right? That's good. Just practice the top on your own. Yeah, that's more like it. So you release now, and then you go round the corner through the ball, right the way around the corner. That's it. I want you to be watching the ball and still turning. Okay, right, now, you were so focused on turning there. Now, let's do that again. Now, what I haven't told you, you have to make sure also you've got, like, weight. You want to feel planted down. You had way too much leg action there, right? So you didn't support it enough. So I'd really feel like you're pressing down. I don't want to see loads of weight shift, okay? Just keep your lower body down and turn around it. Okay, right. Right lines. Right lines. Yeah, it's fine. Because you're going this way too much.
Right.
You're not coming round enough.
Right.
Okay, that's why you're losing your balance a bit, right? Stay again. So you get set up. Good. Go to the top. Good. Come down. Release. Round. So you actually finish right way around here, and these arms are close to you.
Okay.
That's probably the best bunker shot you've ever played. Yeah. All right. That's a professional tour standard bunker shot. I didn't see it spin. I'm guessing it stopped pretty quick, did it? So it just landed one bounce and stop. So that was so much more round.
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
Yeah. All I did was, you always used to do is, I suppose most people try and get it, use the arms to get it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, we need 2 in a row now. Okay, so you feel rooted down there, yeah? Good, pelvis forward. There you go. There's a little trick for you, just visually.
Yeah.
So what that did was it made you kept your arms a bit more connected to you.
Okay.
So as you're reaching out, throwing the hosel at the ball, and just putting that mark on the sand there, just give you something to look at. And also, you know, when you're playing, I would just be doing that, just focus on more this spot than here.
Right.
Good. Saving that's top draw, that. Top draw.
So it's just to remember this.
Yeah, just working around this way, yeah.
Yeah, because my idea of bunker shot is like following through, is what you say, arms out here.
Yes. It's a lot more round the corner. So you don't want to swing across it there. So you're swinging here, from the inside here, you strike here, and from here it's round. Beautiful shot. Going. That must have been very close. Very, very good.
That's the second one you've had lip out.
Is that 2 lip outs?
You've had 2.
Come on, here we go.
That's the only 2 you're going to show.
Yeah, good shot. You must be able to feel the turn. You
Yeah.
feel the turn through
Yeah.
it. That's obvious what you're doing now. You're really turning through it. Yeah. Great noise. You hear it skipping?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see the spin from here, but it looks like it's spinning.
Yeah, no, my bunker shots never sound like that.
Yeah. So we've got the setup basics correct, much more this way. We're getting the face in more of an open position because you're learning how the wrist needs to cup. Again, opposite to the bad one for you. And as you're coming down, you're releasing the club this way, but as you're doing that, you're really coming around the corner. And on top of it all, the glue of it is your speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by getting that increased pressure down in your lower body, that's going to help your speed because you've got more of a control of the ground. Absolutely, out the top draw. I love that noise, ball flight and control.
Yeah, nice.
It's really
thought,
good.
didn't it?
Now you said at the beginning, sometimes you struggle when there's less sand as well in a bunker. You know, sometimes it's a bit more compact.
Yeah. I mean, so there's. Yeah, I suppose. How do you?
Perhaps in your footprints here.
Yeah.
Anything you'd consider or worry about from that lie?
Well, I mean, I'd definitely have my face square because I'd be thinking I've got to clip it.
Yeah, there's some merit to that for sure. So what you've got to if you change nothing, by the way, from the technique you've just done, you thin it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to bounce too much.
Right.
So what you've got to do now is take bounce off. So I would be putting now some forward lean in. You could have the face, certainly not as open, but still have some opening of the club face. But just close it there with the bounce. So you're turning the bounce off by leaning the shaft forward.
Right.
And rather than the upper body tilting this way, the upper body tilts with the lower body this way, so you're facing down here.
Right.
Right. Now you can see that's going to get you a bit steeper.
Right.
Rather than finishing all the way around here now, you would finish shorter. I'll just hit one and show you.
Yeah.
So you'll follow through. So soft sand, look, I'm here. Okay, as you are now. But from this lie, I'd be much more this way. You see the difference?
Yeah.
So it's just going there. And that gets you using more of this part of the club.
Okay.
Which is good for this lie.
Right.
But if you did that on fluffy sand, it's going to dig in.
Right.
Yeah. So the main thing here, setup and the follow through difference. Yeah. Ball left foot here, right foot here. There we go. Lean it, open it, touch, finish here. Don't kill it. Very, very good. And that's managing the lie. If you can understand that, you're in the top 1% of golfers. Because if you can go into a bunker and use your eyes to see it, use your feet to feel it, being very important you get the awareness of your feet, that will tell you how much sand there is.
Right.
And then you think about how much release and bounce you're going to use. A lot of that's from setup. From that lie there, if I was walking in here, I'd be having alarm bells going, hang on a minute, make some adjustments because it's got thin written all over it.
So a normal lie, when you get down, you sort of lean, your body's leaning like a bat, and with a thinner lie, you're going with it.
That's it. And that changes your attack into it. So I was saying earlier about your divot from soft sand like this, as you play it, the divot wants to have the same depth from front to back.
Yeah.
From this lie, if you did that, you'd thin it. So your divot here for this sort of lie here wants to be getting deeper as it's getting longer.
Right.
And that's just achieved by that and finishing here. Okay, so rather than releasing it into a 2 or 3 position, you release it into a 1 position, which keeps the bounce down. Yeah, played it really well. Just a touch nearer the ball, wasn't it? But
yeah, but you can see the way it's landing though. It's like a bit of control.
Good. From that lie, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've got to remember there's no such thing as a bad lie. Don't be one of those golfers that gets in a bunker, thins it because there's no sand, and then tell all your play partners how bad it is.
Scream the place down.
Exactly. You've got to look at the lie first, and the lie tells you what shot to use. All right, so that's great. Hopefully you found that useful and you got some, some bits out of that.
Amazing,
I think you can get this. You've got the mindset, which is you know what it takes. So you can do that. You're going to work on it properly. I'd advise you put a little bit of practice in.
Yeah.
But a lot of practice you can do is actually at home. You can just get a mirror and just work on some backswings, just bits there.
I'm sure my girlfriend would be delighted. Well, not only at the golf course, now at home as well, obsessed.
She's got permission to hit the wedge in the living room, right? Downstairs. So yeah, a little bit of practice there and you'll get it. And just understanding for that chip and run, a little bit more of an open in the face, turn it over there, a little bit draw. I thought your soft landing shots were fantastic.
Yeah.
Mid-flight with 56, you played those brilliantly. Just making sure that's flowing a lot more. Grip pressure is probably your biggest thing there.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's obviously keeping the club face, keeping the thumbs out of the way. I think is a big thing I've learned. Obviously, keeping it light, and it's principles snooker. But it's just nice to have going forward, to have like a technique that I know every day. That's my technique.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like guessing every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Play one bad shot in the first green and then trying to change it for the second.
Exactly, exactly.
That's
Which a lot of sports people like. But what you've got to do now, you've got to totally commit to this.
Yeah.
Like totally commit to it. If you hit a bad shot, just think, okay, what did I maybe feel? Hold your finish as well, because your finish tells you a lot.
Yeah.
Like, where are you finishing? Where's my finish look like? Okay. But look at the ball and try and reflect on every shot. Was it a technical error?
Yeah.
Was it a mental error? What was it? And then so you get every shot's an opportunity to learn, rather than just trying to change it and trying to fix it.
So what would you say the main thing for me is the backswing on everything?
The main thing is to get the club face. Yeah, you've got to get the club face working in a friendlier position there.
Right.
Because now you understand what bounce is, hopefully.
Whereas before, is no good.
It's so tough from there. That for me would be a really specialist shot if I was playing off pine needles or something like that.
Yeah.
To really try and trap the ball.
So when you see players on TV and they're like this, they've still got they're still not shutting the face.
No, well they're shutting it with just shutting the loft down.
Yeah.
By leaning down. That's probably because they're playing off a really tight lie, or they want to play like a low specialist late gripper.
Yeah.
So that's all a way of doing it. and they're very good. I mean, they can make it work.
Yeah.
They can make it work, but we're trying to get more margin for error by making sure that you don't go that way.
Yeah.
Which is your biggest issue, and you can get that, but you just got to get a bit of feedback when you practice.
And would you say that would translate to all my iron play, longer play as well? If that would help my game?
It's difficult to say. I would say, what shape would you tend to play? Draw or fader?
Well, it's on different days, but I would say majority of bad shots are a pull.
Pull, yeah, so it would do. Yeah. I think if you were to do one thing, just keep it really simple. You know that grip change we made at the beginning, when your right hand got underneath?
Yes.
I would say if you just get that right hand more on top and try that in your full swing, and see what that does to club face. I'm a big believer in, if I put my hand like this, look, and I take this away, I'm not trying to do anything, I'm not trying to shot on purpose, but you see what the face has gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I put my hand, like, go the other way now, right, really open, like really weak on the grip and take it away, you see what's happened? Yeah. So if we get it into more of that neutral position to swing back, it's going to get you more there, and that's probably going to come, play true in your full swing as well. So I'd definitely try that in your full swing.
I mean, I don't suppose I could go to start 40, 50 yard shots, open it up and then go to hunt, and then just gradually.
Yeah, totally. And in terms of changing grips, by the way, because it's a hot topic for a lot of people, I think changing the left hand is 10 times tougher than changing the right hand position. Right. And your left hand's in a good position. Right. It's the right hand underneath. Yeah. It's not too bad. You can budge that on top and it doesn't feel too bad. No. Trying to change, let's say you were really strong in your left hand, and I was asking you to weaken your left hand, like that would feel horrendous and you'd do it all over the place. Yeah. But if you just do that, that wouldn't affect things too much at all. And I think it will help you control the face better. All right, so good stuff today. Great work. I'm looking forward to hearing the progress.
I'm absolutely. I'm delighted. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
And we'll do it again sometime.
Because I say it's short game is, I get absolutely ripped to pieces in my short game. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully no more.
I know. Well, every time you hit a booming drive down, then you get to the green and then you duff a couple of chips. The first comment you get is "nice drive."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the classic.
Great drive.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear. All right, very great to have you on the channel. Okay, and we'll do it again. All right, brilliant. Cheers, Steve.